So we'll see the next concept, perimeter. What is a perimeter? So perimeter is sum of all sides of a polygon. So any closed side shape, when we add all the sides, we get the perimeter of the given shape. Say if it is a quadrilateral, and how to calculate perimeter of this? So whatever the sides are given, say suppose the lengths are ABCD units, adding all, we get the length of all, we get the perimeter. So perimeter is sum of all sides. And what is the unit for a perimeter? It is just the length. So whatever is given, centimeters or meters or feet, it is the units. Units, centimeters or meters. So whatever is given is just units. Only for square areas it is square units. So add all the sides, we get the perimeter. Suppose if we have a road of 100 meters. Now for open one, it is not a perimeter. It is just the length. So what is length here? 100 meters. And for a closed shape, we don't say it as a length. It is the perimeter. So perimeter is the one where all sides are added for a closed shape for any polygon. And now for which type of questions we'll use this perimeter calculations? So when they ask length of a fence, length of a compound wall, or cost of fencing a field, square field, rectangular field or a circular field. So whenever we talk about the boundaries, so then we use the perimeter concept. And how to calculate perimeter for a square, rectangle and a circle. So we can add all the sides, we get the perimeter. But if the polygon is regular, that is for a square, all sides same. For a rectangle, it has some feature where opposite sides are same. For a circle, so all points from a fixed point, the distance length is same, which is called as the radius. For all this, we can use a formula to find the perimeter instead of adding all. Now suppose for a square, perimeter is asked of side A. Now what is perimeter of the square? We will add all the sides, or instead, as all sides are same. How many sides are there? 4 sides. So 4A will give the perimeter of a square. Suppose if it is a rectangle. Now what is perimeter of this rectangle? Where length and breadth are given. Adding all the sides, we get the perimeter, or here twice the length and twice the breadth is added. So perimeter of a rectangle is 2 into L plus B. Add the length and breadth and double it, it is the perimeter. Now suppose we are talking about a circular field. So if the shape is circle, so now we name it as the circumference. Circumference is the length of this portion, length of the circle. So what is formula for circumference? It is 2 pi r units. So here it is just units. So for a square it is 4a units, and for a rectangle 2 into L plus B, and for a circle it is 2 pi r units. And now what is a semicircle? So half of a circle is semicircle. So if area of a circle is given as 100, so for this circle, area is 100 square units or centimeter square. What will be area of a semicircle? It is half of the area. So for a semicircle, so if the whole circle is 100, for the semicircle area is half of this 150. Now suppose if for this circle circumference is 100, so for some radius, if circumference is given as 100, 2 pi r is 100, So what will be the perimeter for the semicircle? Say for this whole circle 100. Now what will be circumference for a semicircle? So 50. It is not 50. So when area is given, we can take half for a semicircle. But when circumference is given, so for a perimeter, for a semicircle it is, so half of the circumference, 2 pi r half. So pi r is half of the circumference, and this double the radius is also added. So for a semicircle, perimeter is pi r plus 2r. So they ask questions regarding this circle and semicircle. So when they give circle circumference as 100, say for example 100, so don't write 50 as the perimeter for a semicircle. For a semicircle, perimeter is, so this half of the circumference plus this radius also added. So circumference is 2 pi r. And now they may ask what is the length of a fence of a rectangular field or a square field. So just find this 4a or 2 into L plus b. If it is a circle, find 2 pi r, you get the whole length. So sometimes they ask what will be the cost to fence the rectangular field or a square field or a circular field. To find the total cost, suppose you are asked to find the cost to fence a square field. So what will be the total cost? Find the perimeter, the length which it has to be fenced. If it is a rectangle, the length which it has to be fenced. Find the perimeter into cost per length. So total cost is got by the full length, that is the perimeter, into cost per length. Suppose say for example perimeter of this square is 100. So cost of fencing is 7 rupees per length. Now what will be the total cost? 100 into 7 multiply, you get the total cost. Find the perimeter and multiply with the cost per length, total cost is got. And sometimes number of poles is asked. Say we are planting poles to fence the rectangular field and distance between the poles is given. Say distance is given. And now how to find the number of poles, or number of poles given, how to find the distance between the poles. So for this, find the perimeter, that is the full length, and divide by the number of poles. So when distance is asked, find the full length, that is the perimeter, and divide by number of poles. So we get the distance between the poles. So if it is a square or a rectangle, find the perimeter, divide by number of poles, distance is got. So if it is a circle, find the circumference, divide by number of poles, the distance is got. So seeing these concepts, so we'll answer the questions which follows.